War Report family, we are back with another great edition of Facts or Nah. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everybody out there. Fellas, y'all ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it kicked off like this. Facts or Nah, Colby Wooden and Derek Hall both returned to Auburn to complete their fourth year for the 2022 season. Fellas, what are we thinking?
I'm going nah here. I think one of them come back. I would like to see both of them come back and continue to maintain a dominant presence up front with all that experience and production from last season. But I think these guys have had great seasons. I just don't think that both of them return. One may return, but I don't see two. That's just a hunch. I'm going nah here.
I am going to say facts. Shades of 2019 when Derek Brown and Marlon Davidson both could have bolted for the NFL, but they decided to come back and up their stock even higher with a dominant senior season. I think both of these guys know that can be possible. Now that they've been under Derek Mason for a year, they see the scheme, maybe they unlock some things, and they've got help coming in. You don't think it'll be a little easier to break some pressure inside when you've got Big Thanos right next to you? Yeah. I think they've got enough incentive to come back, and I say they both do. Facts.
Yep, I'm going facts on this one. I got 3 letters for you guys. N-I-L. I'm looking at you, Guthrie's, Mama Goldbergs. Step up and drop a bag. You no longer have to go to the NFL to get your bag. You can get it right here at Auburn, legally. So, Derek Hall had a surprise season and really impressed a lot of us with his play this year. Colby Wooden is a solid player. I think they come back. Get your bag here, right here at Auburn. We're handing out bags on Toomer's Corner. Get it. Please stay, sir. I'll subscribe.
Facts or nah, Auburn holds Houston under 350 yards of passing in the Birmingham Bowl. What do you guys think?
Well, fellas, I'm going facts on this one because I hope so. Over 350 yards passing would be a disaster. But that plays to our weaknesses, too, on defense. So do I think their quarterback can carve us up? He's about 68% on the season, so he's not he's fairly accurate. I don't know why. He's not like Will Rogers accurate. Their receivers dropped a lot of balls this year. They got 25 drops on the season. I don't think they have the formula to go for 350 on us. Facts.
All right. So, nah. I think what's probably most concerning about this game is that Zakoby McClain won't be playing. And our same defensive line that was great against the run was not great against the run against Georgia State when one guy was missing. Zakoby McClain. If they're scouting properly, which, hey, man, other teams have coaches too, they should be able to create some room for the passing game by running on us. Now, I would completely love it if our defensive line takes it very personally, the type of game that they played coming off the Bama game, that they still lost it, that they still have something to prove, even with Zakoby out, that linebacker core will want to play well for Zakoby McClain. He's a guy, man. They got to appreciate what he did here and look forward to their chance to step up. But I don't want to assume that we're something that we're not yet. We're missing the best corner in the nation, the best tackling linebacker we've had in maybe, 15 years, maybe since Travis Williams. I think that's just enough room in the both the run game and the pass game for them to keep us off balance defensively and make it rough for us. So I'm going to say nah.
Well, guys, I'm going nah on this one. While I think Auburn will get some pressure up front, I am concerned that at times we've been very vulnerable to the pass, and considering that we got new faces back there, I'm not quite sure how comfortable Derek Mason is going to be in terms of how we play pass coverage. We may actually literally keep everything in front of us, which will create opportunities for Houston to actually dink and dunk in opportunities. Again, there's new faces. McCreary won't be back there. It's a recipe for us to give up over 350 yards. Now, the thing about Houston is they're not exactly running the ball down teams' throats, even though they're more of a balanced type of air raid attack. But I just don't think in this game, unless Auburn plays keep away on offense, that we hold them to under 350 in passing yards. So I'm going nah here.
All right, fellas, facts or nah? Tank will get at least 25 carries in the Birmingham Bowl.
Facts. Big facts. I think we're going to run the ball, or at least attempt to run the ball down Houston's throat. Get back to being physical. Get back to being the downhill attack that Harsin wants to establish as this team's identity. Tank is going to be playing for us. We got Jarquez. We got running backs galore. We're going to see what we can do against them up front, and to take the pressure off of Finley, who's making his third start. I do see us being a little balanced, but Tank is going to eat in this game. Facts.
Well, fellas, I'm going to ask Tank, sir, how many carries would you like in this bowl game? 20, 25, 30? Facts. Come on, man. He can have however many carries he wants. Just come back. Please don't leave us. Facts.
Well, fellas, I'm going to say facts as well. I think our greatest advantage in this game is our offensive line against their defensive line, and it might not be a huge advantage, but it should at least be decent. We might not have been all world against the SEC opponents this year, but we made some good-sized holes against some SEC defenses, including Texas A&M was not a terrible run game for us. I think we've got room to run against Houston. Will it be enough? Will the play calling be such that we press that advantage consistently instead of taking chances elsewhere? That may be the real question here, but without having seen Harsin play calls and design offense specifically for this game in this team yet, I'm going to put my trust that the head coach, who is an offensive guy, will not blow a game that he's calling for us. So I'm going to say facts. He feeds the Tank, the guy that he had to coax to come back into the fold, keeps him happy. Tank gets his numbers. We get the win. Facts.
All right, guys, you know what time it is. It's time for our fan question of the week. This week's fan question comes from our guy, Adrian Rush. That's at Head Rush. See what you did there on Twitter. And he says, facts or nah, D. Davis plays a whole quarter in the bowl game. Fellas, what are we thinking?
I'm going nah. I see two extremes here. Either our QB1 gets injured, he has to play, or we beat the brakes off of Houston and we bring him in garbage time. I'm hoping that it's not the former and really hoping it's the latter and he does get to play. But I expect a competitive game here. And so I think as long as TJ Finley is healthy, he will be the QB1 getting most of the snaps. We may see D Davis at one point, whether it's in a package type of situation, maybe not, but I don't think he plays a whole quarter. So I'm going nah here.
I'm going to say nah as well. I saw twice this season where the QB1 at the time could barely walk and they stayed in the game. So it would have to be catastrophic for TJ Finley to not be the starter if he's preparing as a starter through all the practices. I don't want that for TJ. I don't want D Davis to have to come in under those circumstances, but I do want to see him. So maybe like C said, he gets some, reps here and there, maybe a series or two if we're up big, but I don't want it to be for bad reasons that he comes in the game. So I want everybody healthy, going into the spring healthy. I'm going to say, nah, we don't see D Davis for at least a quarter.
Yeah, I'm going to go nah on this one, guys. I agree with Caesar. I think it's either QB1 gets hurt, which we hope doesn't happen, or complete and utter domination so badly that we can put on all our backups in the fourth quarter and get some guys some time and some film. I don't see either happening in this one, so I'm going to go nah on this one. I'd love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Well, that's it for another great edition of Facts or Nah. Look, we want to hear from you, so if you want to get your question featured on this segment, hit us up. #Facts or Nah on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll get your question featured on the next segment. Other than that, you guys know where to find us. We are the War Rapport, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TW Rapport on the TikTok. Fellas, we're signing off, and as always, War Eagle.
War Eagle.